sparking others. When it created, it's now limiting star formation that could.
If we were living in an area where there were a lot on Earth,
the conditions for life, and it all appears unchanging, eternal. Yet in the universe, next big change. So what does the future hold?
the answer is that we won't be a spiral galaxy from which we'll find a death row.
The Milky Way has a giant sister, which is far too close for comfort. They will collide, and they will set the night alight, because two of the largest objects
Gremo na pivo, Natasza.
will battle to the death.
Ajde, dođi kod mene. Dođi kod mene. Da igramo skupaj, dođi. Srce moje, dođi kod druga, može. Ma bridi, pozitivni Facebook, bridi ti se, me spone, grati. Pozitiv Facebook. Ne bi ne rabi Facebook, ne bi rabi muž. Ne bi rabi muž, Ima te rabi tam. Buhu perjevec. Može, kako treba buha perjevec, tamo koji oni buha perjevec. Ma ja, no nič približno. Demo, pridi stanki, zajebamo loviti to. Imamo da ga zakačimo ko zeca, bizon. Da vidimo mi tega bizona. Gremo za bizonom, mirna stjenica. To ker vemo da moć je u nas. Imamo tudi lok, ampak već mu ne pomaga.
Is heading for the Milky Way. Collisions are, of course, nothing new. In its infancy, our galaxy grew by colliding and consuming other galaxies. But this time, it'll be different, because Andromeda is not inferior to the Milky Way.
the Milky Way has always been the biggest thing around. So any little dwarf galaxy that's gotten near has gotten torn apart, but the Milky Way just keeps right on going. Now, there's another really big galaxy that's actually headed right for us right now. That's Andromeda. It's another disk. And when these two big disks come together, there's not going to be a disk left. Neither of those disks is going to win.
As the collision nears, our night sky will completely change.
Today, if you look out, it's really dark. You see the big band of the Milky Way. It's a beautiful thing. A few billion years from now, what you would see is not just one band of stars, but another band of stars that crisscrosses like this.
Andromeda will grow larger and larger in our sky as it nears. Finally, the galaxies will smash into one another, and stars will be torn from their orbits.
The stars don't actually collide. Stars are extremely small compared to the space in between them. But that's not true for gas clouds. Gas clouds are very large. They can actually slam into each other.
It's going to get set on fire. There'll be a crazy thing going on, and maybe even begin to look like fireworks in the sky as stars are born.
Huge gas clouds blazing out light from the massive stars forming in it. It would be magnificent.
This will be our galaxy's finale. This burst of star formation will mark the end of our galaxy. The Milky Way and Andromeda will rip each other apart.
When these two beautiful structured spirals smack into each other, that really orderly shape is going to be destroyed. And what's probably going to be left is sort of a big blob of stars that's called an elliptical galaxy.
Those two galaxies are going to turn into a ball of stars. You won't see any bands at all. They'll just be stars spread across the sky.
The Milky Way and Andromeda will be gone. In their place will be a new galaxy, Milkomeda. But it won't be the end, as their two supermassive black holes will race towards each other.
Those black holes are going to be hunting for each other. So you've got two giant black holes, both more than 1,000,000 times the mass of the sun, spiraling in towards each other. As this is happening, they probably start gobbling up gas that happens to be around them. They're both trying to eat all the gas that's around them, and they're going to get bright. So it's going to be a crazy event.
It will be fantastic. Two fireballs rotating around each other until the black holes at the center of them finally coalesce.
The black holes will merge, forming an even larger supermassive black hole that will dominate the new galaxy. If we could see the whole collision from start to finish, it would be an amazing sight.
If I had a time machine, I would set it to take me 5 or 10 million years into the future in a series of jumps. And that way I could take a picture of Andromeda as it's encroaching on the Milky Way. You could see it as a time lapse, getting bigger and bigger, the tendrils of stars getting drawn out, the clouds colliding to form blasts of stars, and then eventually settling down to form whatever it would be. But this would be amazing. It would be galactic evolution in your pocket. You could just see it unfolding before you. It would be an astronomer's dream.
It's a view we'd see if the Earth stays where it currently is. But other possible fates may await our planet.
The future for the Earth is not yet certain. The Earth may eventually collapse into the black hole of our galaxy, or it may be shot out by a shockwave and kicked out into interstellar space, forever traveling in the cold, dark emptiness of space.
For the rest of the galaxy, its youthful color will begin to fade.
As the gas clouds in this new galaxy collide and form stars, we get a burst of starbirth. Typically, a lot of those stars are massive blue stars. This new galaxy would actually look quite blue because most of the light would be coming from these hot young stars. But they don't live very long. So over a few million years, they would die off, leaving just the yellower and red stars behind. So if you could see this galaxy over time, eventually, over billions and billions of years, would turn redder and redder and redder.
This color change signifies the beginning of the end for the young galaxy, as the new galaxy will immediately start to die. Over billions of years, the stars will slowly perish, and there will be no fuel left to create new stars to replace them.
What you're left with is basically a dark galaxy. It's not generating any energy, any heat, any light. It's just black.
100 trillion years after it had formed in the early universe, the voracious black hole that was at the center of our galaxy will return, based on the galaxy it built, consuming the remains of stars and planets.
The orbits of the stars decay, and they fall in toward the supermassive black hole. And ultimately, it's thought, galaxies like the Milky Way will just form one supermassive black hole.
In literature, beginnings and endings are always tied together. But the same is true for our galaxy and black hole. It is quite possible that without the formation of a black hole at its center, our galaxy would not have coalesced around it and have the properties it has. But the future of our galaxy is to collapse into a massive black hole. So in that sense, the black hole may be responsible for the beginning of our galaxy, and it'll definitely ultimately be responsible for its death.
Our galaxy is magnificent. All this, everything we see in our night sky, could be because of one of the most fearsome objects in the universe. It could have been our creator, and it definitely will be the destroyer of our galaxy. A supermassive black hole.
On this episode of Cake Boss, what I want to do is to have fire. That's really pushing the envelope. I mean, I don't make cakes that spit fire.
No, I don't like this cake.
Yeah, but I already started. The last place I want to be is in a doghouse where my wife and my mother were.
Well, you think you could do better?
You can do it blindfolded. This is Carlo's Bakery. Every week, thousands of cakes and pastries go out these doors. This
the crew, Mia Familia. We're gonna take this bakery to the top. They call me Buddy. I'm the boss.
Perfect, thank you. Let me get someone to help you guys. Stephanie, have a great day. All right, bye-bye.
Hey, Louis. How are you, man? How's everything? Good to see you.
It's that time of year, you know.
Big birthday bash. So I have a client who gets his birthday cake for me every year. And every year he wants me to up the ante. He wants me to do something crazy or something different. One year he did like a 50s theme thing. He did a black tie party. He did a casino theme. You know, he really wants the cakes to be the crowning jewel of his party.
So the theme this year is going to be tiki.
Tiki.
Yeah, tiki party. Everyone's going to be in, like, you know, luau gear, floral. There's going to be fire dancers. So the big thing, the big finale is going to be after the fire dances and everything, you put the cake down, and then when everybody sees it, all of a sudden, like, this big flame comes up.
So we gotta incorporate fire somehow in this cake.
That's really pushing the envelope. I know you can do it. That's why I come here.
So when Louis said tiki, I already got a picture in my mind of like you're rocking the fire. I'll start with burning tiki torches in each corner. But for the real wow factor that Louis is looking for, I'm gonna do a giant tiki god with real fire shooting out of its mouth. And this cake is gonna be hot, smoking hot.
Yeah, this is gonna go.
It'll be like 3 inches long. And I'll put a pipe through it, and you stand behind it, and you just poof, put a puff through, and it'll come out like it's back. The way I'm gonna make this cake spit fire is make the tiki god like a big mask. And then we're gonna get an actual fire breather to stand behind the cake and do his thing through a hole in the tiki god's mouth. You've heard of putting a lady in a cake. I'm putting a fire breather. All right, take it easy, brother. Bye-bye. All right, so let's fill this cake up.
You fill it in once or twice?
Wait,
You fill it in 3?
black and white. This cake is gonna feed 125 people. The big base is gonna be black and white cake, which is alternating layers of chocolate and vanilla sponge. And we're doing like a truffle filling in between the layers. Hey, look who's here. What's up? It's my cousin Vinny. What's up, cuz? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Cousin Vinny's my first cousin on my mother's side, and he's marrying my wife's sister, Daniela. Carlo's Bakery has found a lot of love over these years. Of course, it starts with my mom and dad. And in this generation, you know, you got Mauro and Madeline, you got Grace and Joey, you got Lisa and Remy, you got me and my wife. We got so many people who actually met through the bakery. Now we got cousin Vinny and my sister-in-law, Daniela. And I promised to do a cake for their bridal shower. This is the luggage. This is the gift box, and this is kind of like another type of luggage, like a little more fun.
Maybe we'll mix it up a little bit. I kind of like the colors more on this cake.
But
she does like pinks, maybe this style, maybe bring in some of these colors.
We can do that. That was very good, cuz. You got the creative gene in you. All right, cuz. I'll make you a beautiful cake. I love you.
All right, cuz. I'll see you later, man.
Take it easy, brother. Let's cut the sponge. So I got Danny start on the shower cake. It's gonna be nice. 3 tiers. It's gonna be done in shades of pink fondant, stacked, so it looks like a stack of luggages. It's one of our most popular cakes. We're gonna put up the whipped cream.
We're gonna put a pot up.
Since 1925, this machine. She still runs every day. So this cake is for your sister-in-law. She's getting hitched. You're the dummy, Danny. Hey, I'm on your side. Together, everybody's just rocking and rolling. The more's got like a puss on it. What's wrong? I heard you crying about something with the cake.
It's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to be done. Everything still has to get ice, one thing to shoot out fire, do this, do that. And there's still a lot of stuff that's got to get done on it.
You know what? Freaking cake, it's the easiest part.
I understand it's easy, but there's a lot of stuff.
Should be going like light.
What, you think you could do better?
Ice in the cake, you can do it blindfolded.
Buddy, please.
I will ice the cake, put a flour on the cake, blindfolded.
That's good.
Buddy's always talking smack, but I thought it was about time that he would put his money where his mouth is. Done.
Blindfolded and fed. That's how I do it.
I don't even want to know what the bet is. I just want to see you do it.
How about you in a grass skirt and coconut bra in front of the bakery, handing out cupcakes.
If I win, what do I get?
I'll do the same thing. I'll be outside in the grass skirt and my coconuts.
Guaranteed that you're going to be the sponge.
You are?
I'll get the sponge,
Okay.
no problem. And I'm going to get the blindfold because you ain't cheating.
I want you to. Okay. So you know what? Me and my big mouth, I go and I'm like, hey, Moro, I can do this blindfolded. He's like, oh, yeah? Big mouth. Let's see.
Well, that's the easy part.
Tiki out. I don't want to sound cocky, but I did it, and I can't wait to see Moro in a tiki out. But Moro's right about one thing. We have a lot of work to do. I've got Tony and Tonto working on the final decorations for the tiki cake. They're making bamboo. They're making tiki heads out of rice cereal treats.
They look like little coconuts.
They're also making tiki heads that look like they're carved out of real pineapples.
You made him a pineapple nose. I like that.
It's all natural.
They're really made out of fondant and modeling chocolate, but they're painted with food coloring and kettle dust, so they look just like the real thing.
You think we should just we'll just keep building up?
Yeah, they're gonna be huge. I like these pineapple leaves.
These actually look really fun.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. There's so many things. We could have just used a pineapple.
We totally could have. But this looks really cool. I think I need this last one though. Okay. Actually, there's more in the hall. Just a couple more.
I'm having a hard time with this tiki cake because I know what I want, but it's hard to envision everything coming together until you put it on the cake. No matter what, you can sketch it, you can draw it, you can dream it in your head. You never know until you're done.
My pineapple's gonna eat your pineapple. Look how evil he is. Mwahaha.
Now this is nice. Look at this thing. Who wants to see the red skirt? Anybody? Yeah, but not with the chef on.
No, it looks fun. I can't believe I got to do this.
It's tiki. It's tiki time. Coconuts. Coconuts. Moro looks hot in the hula hoop. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but he's a...
Now I'm supposed to go downstairs in the store with all the customers down there that they all know me, and like this.
It's just tiki time.
All right. I'm only doing this because I don't want nobody to ever say that I neglect on the back.
Look at that. He's into it. Have a cupcake.
Yeah, Willie wants one too.
You're welcome. Pleasure. We're like, you know what? The customers will get a kick out of it. We'll laugh a little bit. We got such a reaction. It was so much fun. It was hilarious. You got a Hawaiian shirt on. You got to lay in.
How about you want to get laid? You know you do. You like purple? Let's do your pink, right? Aloha. All right. Come on, she's going to Hawaii too. My favorite customer. Every day she's here. Every day. All right? Aloha.
My decorators were laughing their butts off. I mean, they had so much fun with it. And I was like, all right, let's get back to work. Because we really got to get moving on the shower cake for my sister-in-law. She's kind of a chocoholic. So we're doing chocolate cake and hazelnut filling and chocolate ganache. Ganache. So I'm making progress. I'm getting things done with this luggage cake. I got Danny who filled it and I iced it. And now I'm pulling out fondant to knock it out. And who strolls in?
Hi, guys. Hello.
My wife and my mother-in-law.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good. Everything is good. We wanted to know how the cake was going to be for Sunday.
Oh, it's all set. Vinny came in. Look, he picked out an awesome cake.
I thought he was coming in today with us.
No, he came in yesterday. He said he picked out the luggage cake. He says he likes that cake, but in these colors.
No, this cake is not going to be happening. I don't like this cake.
He came in yesterday. He picked out the luggage cake. He says he likes that cake, but in these colors.
What is this? What is
It's a suitcase.
Oh, no, I don't want a suitcase. I want a jewelry box. No, this cake is not going to be happening. I don't like this cake.
I mean, how the hell is it my luck that Vinny comes here yesterday and orders the cake, okay? Then my mother-in-law and wife come the next day to change the order. Don't these people communicate? Don't they know that they should have spoken and came to me together? But Danny, what did Vinny say yesterday? What's your luggage?
It's not our theme. Our theme is jewelry.
Yeah.
But I already started.
I understand, but you restart cakes all the time for everybody, and this is for...
The last place I want to be is in a doghouse for my wife and my mother-in-law. I got to do what I got to do. All right, Danny, we got to make another cake. Thank you, ladies.
With a big smile, Danny, will you please?
Thank you, ladies. We are so lucky we didn't get very far in this cake. Despite the changes, we could still use the same tiers. So the theme for this wedding shower is jewelry. We found this vintage jewelry holder. And as soon as I saw that, the light clicked off in my head. I knew exactly what I was going to do. The first thing I got to do is put Daniela to make the mannequin out of modeling chocolate. So Daniela started here about a year ago, and she's got a lot of talent. She's been doing good. So I want to challenge her a little bit and see what she can do with a little bit harder project.
I think my skills and strengths as an artist are sculpture. I went to school for fine arts. I have a bachelor in fine arts, and I always liked sculpting out of clay when I was in art school. So now it's been nice because I can use the modeling chocolate.
More like this, and I printed 6 of these.
Meanwhile, I had Sunshine print me out some edible decals, and I started putting them on the tiers of the cake. The idea here is that the tiers of jewelry boxes...
Ja spał sobie czym nacisnąłem, no, ne chcę nowaki, nie, dobra, to jak samo kiedy do czasna.
Get the buttercream, let's put the volcano on top. So the centerpiece of this tiki cake is going to be a volcano. The giant fire-breathing tiki head on top of that. Now this thing is huge. I mean, it's going to be heavy. So what we got to do is build a support structure out of wooden dowels, and then on that, we put pound cake for the base of the volcano.
Personal opinion is we should screw the head on right now. That's my opinion. Yes, please.
You know, the mask looks great, it's proportionate, everything is right, but I just wasn't happy with the way the thing was wiggling. Let's put the screws in. That thing was probably like 3.5 foot tall, and that mask was heavy, and I was afraid that it was going to go down.
That ain't going no place.
I don't think it's going anywhere. You just got to keep throwing it in. We added a bunch of cereal treats to fill up the structure. Then we dirty iced it and rubbed the volcano with fondant. All these things keep that head stable. So I was just like, you know, let it be up to the tiki gods. If this cake's going down, it's going down. I'm like, this is the best I can do. How's this, Dick? Wow. You did an excellent job. I really love it. The first time I saw Daniela's mannequin, I was floored. I held the real mannequin next to our cake one, and everybody couldn't even believe how close it was. I mean, it looked exactly like that. That was really phenomenal. Really, really love it. Give me 5. She's doing an awesome job. I mean, this is probably the best work she ever did here. And I'm really proud of what she's doing. And I know it's going to really make the cake. I know. It's the jewels. So I had Sunshine, Christine, and Liz making me the jewels, and I started sticking them on the cakes. And the more I put, the better the cake looked. I added a couple other elements, like a purse and a shoe. Everything made out of fondant and modeling chalk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think?
The yellow dish amazing.
It's definitely just great that, you know, we're able to pull this off in modeling chocolate and sugar. I love the jewels, I love the patterns. Every little detail on really, really looks awesome. I mean, look at the end result. And everybody worked hard on it, and, you know, together we did an awesome job. I'm really happy with the end result.
So they got an actual fire breather over there.
Yeah, he's gonna go and go through the mask. You know, the biggest challenge with this tiki cake is making this thing spit fire. I mean, I don't make cakes that spit fire. Alright, let's finish this bamboo. Now I'm gonna finish this cake and deliver it to the tiki party. So I'm putting the last finishing touches on this cake around the bottom of it. I covered the mouth with a little bit of fondant so that it looks like you don't really see the pipe inside. There's the lava already. Let's put the lava on. And it's starting to come together. The tiki torches are there, the mask is there. What a fall. And we put embellishments on the mask to look a little more tribal. And it really looked awesome. Maybe we'll lay some bamboo on the top if we have an extra ribbon. And lastly, I put some bright tropical colored flowers on it. It really set the tone and the mood for the cake. We needed some color. Now we have some color. At the end, everybody was passing flowers. We were all working together, and the cake was coming awesome. You know it. It's time to do this. Do we have any more tiger lily? Very tropical. End result was killer. He nailed it. All right, I think he's gonna love it. Come over and check it out. Everything looks awesome. I like the tiki torches. I feel good. I can't wait tonight to see this thing spit fire.
It definitely came together.
I think it looks awesome. All right, everybody put their hands in for the tiki. 1, 2, 3.
Czujesz go?
Okay, wait. Guys good?
Yeah, let's go.
Right, let's go.
Wow, jest full music.
Hey Lois, how are you? Happy birthday!
Ty czujesz?
Happy birthday! It's gonna be happy for you. We make your birthday cake every year. You know, this one I think is top spot. I think this one really looks awesome. And I'm thinking to myself, these people don't even know what they got coming. They think that they like the cake now. Can you imagine when it spits fire? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. Okay, this cake does more than just have the tiki torches. So I find the fire breather. He comes over. This guy looks like a fire breather. I'm like, dude, you're loco. I'm like, you're a little crazy, my friend. Now you're talking.
Czuję morę więcej.
Everybody went wild. I mean, what a reaction. I thought I was in Hollywood watching this thing breathe fire. It looked awesome. This tiki cake was a huge success. I am happy. Happy birthday to Louis. My pleasure. Thank you. Enjoy your night. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Come on, team. The Italian traditions, we throw
Veš kaj
crazy big
porade
insane
delajo
weddings.
isto
We
po
throw crazy big insane
krožju v isto
bridal
krožju.
showers. So today's the day of Daniela's shower. Everybody's in the shower. I mean, you got my whole family, you got my mom, my sisters, all my cousins. My wife made a beautiful speech.
So let's raise our glasses and toast Daniela and Vinny on their journey together on a lifetime of love and happiness. We love you.
And after that was my cue to bring in a cake. It totally matched everything in the room. It looked awesome. People could not believe that it was all edible. I couldn't be happier for you guys. I love you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Listen, at the end of the day, we cut the cake. It was my sister-in-law's favorite.
I love it. It's beautiful. I cannot believe the dress is edible. I mean, it's beautiful and the details.
Happy. That's what life's all about. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. On this episode of Cake Boss,
You want something different and unique.
I had the idea to have the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Oh, interesting. She's shaking. She ain't know.
Happy birthday.
Party's tonight. Tonight? Yeah.
Leave it tonight. Stop doing it. You're on your own.
There's your lobster. You got me live lobster?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. This is Carlo's Bakery. Every week, thousands of cakes and pastries go out these doors. This is the crew, Mia Familia. We're gonna take this bakery to the top. They call me Buddy. I'm the boss. All right, guys, team meeting. I got a cake for the bride and groom, and you know they're really big on traveling to Italy, so they thought, why not the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
We want something different for our wedding and unique.
I had the idea to have the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Oh, interesting.
And I just thought only if it would be realistic.
Listen, that's not going to be a boring everyday wedding cake. It's going to be the Leaning Tower of Pisa leaning. It's got to lean.
It's got to lean.
Yeah, right. We want a Leaning Tower of Pisa. We don't want to fall on the Tower of Pisa. I mean, listen, it's not going to be easy. You know, being Italian, I think that's like my pride, my heritage. It's got to be a certain way. It's going to look like the tower, and it's going to lean like the tower. Alrighty?
Interesting.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you today. Congratulations. Take care.
Ja zakaj to označujem, da vidim kam hodim, štem vem, kjer je. Ali to je fora da imam na gladu.
We're going to have a little bride and groom on a Vespa. This is actually going to look like that. We're going to take their pictures and make it look just like that.
I kam hodi ovaj pot.
We're going to make this cake all nice and straight. They're good? And then I'm going to take a shim and put the shim in between two boards, and it's going to make the cake lean a little bit. And then I'm going to screw her down so she can't tip over. She's going to lean, but she's not going to fall. Let's pull out the little sponge. At this point, I got to ice and stack this cake. We use 14s. 14s will work. So I immediately take Danny,
Malo zadina, ne, prav kikedo. I pogledam se še
put the
kikedo.
supports in. Nice.
Red.
The inside of this cake is going to be a pound cake, and we're going to use a buttercream filling, and it's got to be perfect. Give me the pegs.
Paulina.
We're lining up all the boards, making sure that all the columns match up. For the most part, they're pretty straight.
Evo tebe će se paliti sa lokom.
What I'm doing is smoothing it out. I'm trying to get every tier to be level and have the same amount of buttercream around it, so that when I put the bricks on, number one, it sticks, and number two, that it all looks like it's even. Come on. This cake is gonna stand over 4 foot tall. She's just shaking, but she ain't going. Hi, is Buddy here? You have an appointment with Buddy? Yeah, sure. I did. Okay, come over here, have a seat. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Hey, how you doing? I'm Buddy. Buddy, Michael. How are you? Good. How's everything going? Great, man. Thanks for meeting me. Oh, my pleasure. Anytime. Appreciate it. So I've got this thing going on. I'm the best man in a wedding for the first time in my life. It's my best friend Rob. Okay. I'm throwing a party for him on Friday. And this is their engagement party? Yep. The party is a clam and a lobster bake on a roof deck bar. You know, I want something. Like. So this guy kind of just didn't have an idea of exactly what he wanted. So tell me a little bit about the couple. Rob is my main guy. I mean, I've known Rob for probably 20 years. Rob's been going out with Kim for 10 years. All right? 10 years? 10 years. Me and Kim, they're not married yet? It's kind of like they're taking the plunge. Finally, after 10 years, they're taking a plunge. I think we got to, make that predominant on the cake somehow. Clam bake. I don't know. When I think of a clam bake, I think like a big pot. You know, you said lobsters, right? Yep, lobsters and clams, and I think so. Maybe we do lobster fried room on top of the pot, ready to make the plunge into the pot. You know, you can actually make that as a cake. Yeah, I think that could look really cool. I mean, you can actually pull that off. It's amazing. Brother, you know how you like this again. Let's see how she leans.
Sayonara. Yeah, that's good. But it's still shaking.
Yeah. All right, that's it. I don't want to lean no more. Let's work on this first. Let's mix the color. So the first thing we got to do is start putting bricks around the inside layers of pizza. So we take the fondant, we roll it out thin, and we have this little brick rolling pin. We roll it out, we cut strips, and we kind of blanket it around here. I got it. It's not leaning. Not yet. Okay. Start putting the sticks in. Next thing we got to do is stick all the columns through. Give me another stick, bro. After we stick all the columns through, we got to cover them. Let's see what we have, arcs and edges, so that we can maybe do something in there. We wrap each column with a piece of modeling chocolate fondant. As I look at the Leaning Tower of Pisa in the photographs, I noticed that each little column has like a little column on the top and bottom. So what I do is I roll fondant out really thick, and I cut the square. And then I cut a circle out of the square to make the room for the column and the inside. And then I cut it with a scissors so I can wrap it around. And it looks just like a column base.
It's starting to take shape, man. It's starting to look good.
Hello. Is Buddy around? It's kind of an emergency.
Buddy, there's a Michael here to see you in regards to his cake. Please come down. Michael's here to see you. Come down, please.
What's up, man? How are you? What's up? Remember I told you the party was on Friday? Yeah. Not quite sure how to say this, but kind of mixed up the dates here. Party's tonight. Tonight? Yeah. I can't help you. Make the cake yet? Did I make the cake yet? Of course not. It's for Friday. You're telling me tonight. I mixed up the dates. I don't know what to do here. You gotta understand something. I already have other work to do. This is like, I didn't prep anything. I didn't start anything. I can't tell you how awful I feel about this. If I wasn't such a nice guy, I would have told him to take his head and stuff it in the pot. I'll do the best I can. I appreciate it. No problem. All right, I'll see you tonight. All right. Thank you. You got it. Being stupid guy with that clam bake cake. He needs it tonight.
The pot and the lobster?
The pot and the lobster.
For tonight.
Tonight he wants. What am I going to say to the guy? He came in. He needed a cake for tonight.
And?
Oh, no.
Well, you told him why yes? Well, get on your high horse and start lobstering away.
We're all busy.
Well, go ahead. Start doing it. You're on your own. Go ahead. It's all yours, babe.
So what I did for the pot is I took 10-inch round cakes and I just stacked them up and filled them. And I covered the cake in fondant and then make it look like it was silver, like a silver pot. I was going to paint it silver and then stick a lid on top. me some brown sugar, please? So I'm thinking about
Ne čuješ čik, 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 čik.
You got boiling water, and I'm like, boiling water. What am I gonna do? Toto, I want you to go get me some ice. A bag of ice? I immediately have this idea. I'm gonna take ice, put it on a sheet pan, and I'm gonna melt isomalt. And I'm gonna pour the burning hot isomalt over the ice. Which what's gonna happen is, it'll melt the ice, but it'll dry the isomalt to look like bubbling, boiling water. While the isomalt is drying, I got a little time to add details to the pizza cake. The more we layer the details on, the nicer it's becoming. You gotta imagine, this is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This was done brick by brick. That's kind of how we have to make it. Detail by detail by detail. But the more details we're putting, the better she's looking. How's it look?
Beautiful.
So the isomalt is dry. It looks awesome. I mean, it really looked like boiling water. The next thing I had to do was mold the clam shells. You need clams on a clam bake, right? So I took fondant, stuffed them into a mold, popped them out, let them dry a little bit, then I went...
Potrebno essere.
Social media is also a gateway that allows
Come vengono ancora.
Una grado foto, gdje slikaj gor. Vidi gor i slikaj na vrhu gor. Vidi na vrhu kamen slikaj. Non mi kamen vidi na vrhu.
Ma ne, to nisam.
To je gor na kamen moraš ići in slikaj, tako ti je napisano da si dobil nagrado.
Dobro da je fotoaparat Pebis. To mi je nagrada, to je da sam otvoril ta plac sve. I zdaj, ko je to odprto, zdaj lahko recimo zajmem, kje je nov dom. Nov dom je tu. Evo, tle treba odpreti, to kuću treba odpreti. To kuću vrem ja za 1 kilometar.